Hello survivors and welcome to another Walking Dead All-Stars video, and in this video we're going to be going over a couple of things. There is a brand new event coming to the game that will be starting this evening, and I also have some game codes that you may not have had. They have been more recent than the ones I released on a previous video. If you want to check out the ones on a previous video and how to redeem these codes, check out the link in the top right hand corner. There's still like 5 or 6 codes in that video. Some of them do expire within the next couple of weeks, so if you haven't claimed them already, get on it. There are some new codes, and I'm going to put them on the screen on the left hand side. You can see you can redeem these codes for different rewards. Some of them give some gold, some of them I think give some of the alignment pulls. I think you get like 10 alignment pulls from one of them, which is actually pretty decent, so save it for an alignment that you actually want to pull from. Just make sure you claim them again. Some of these do expire within the next couple of weeks, but some of them I think even expire into the new year. Now on to the event information. And if we look at the September calendar, we can see it. It is going to be the 7-day login event that starts on the 13th of the month. That is going to be tomorrow, but it starts right as your dailies finish today. So however long's left on your daily missions, the second that finishes, the first day of the 7-day login event will start. It is a 13-day event for a 7-day login event. It's not punishing at all. This is going to be great for new players who start on like the 16th or 17th. They're going to be able to still actually complete this. There are some finer details on the event itself. As I'll read through, it says, "Hello survivors, the 7-day login event kicks off soon. Log in every day for 7 days and get various items. Once you've claimed every reward, you can select 1 of 5 epic characters. Make sure to grab everything because your survival depends on it." More specific details to when it all starts and so on and so forth. It does start at 5 PM Pacific time today, and it ends at just before 5 PM Pacific time on the 26th of the 9th. And then it shows the server time. It starts when the server ticks over into the next day of daily missions. Log in every day during the event to earn rewards. Pretty straightforward, nice and simple. Once you've cleared stage 2-1, so you will have to complete one of the earlier stages, but 2-1's not too hard. It only takes maybe an hour and a half to get to that far. Even if that, I don't even think it takes that long. The event menu will be available in the event tab. Go to the menu and enter the event page. Tap the gift icon for each day to claim your rewards, and it'll basically prompt you to go there anyway. It will have the red exclamation mark. Here's the list of rewards. On the first day, you can see you're going to get skill manuals ×5, torn notebooks with the rare ones ×180, which should be like basically 3 rare characters there. Survival XP, the same as the skill manuals, ×5. Gold bars ×800, a little bit of a spelling mistake there. Canned food box ×10. And this is basically like various amounts of hours that it's going to claim in one go, depending on how far through the world missions you are. Normal recruit tickets ×5, that's just your basic tickets. And then another gold bars 800. The big reward, the final reward for completing all of this is a survivor choice ticket. You get to select either Laura, Sherry, Andrea, Chloe, or Kate. I am not too sure which one I'm going to actually be claiming. I actually kind of like the look of Laura, and I haven't managed to get one, so we'll see. It does just give a little notice that unclaimed rewards cannot be recovered, so obviously just claim all those rewards. It's freebies. Why not just get them? Simple as that. Okay, so we're going to just go over the characters that are available in this event. Just give them like 20-30 seconds each. And the first character that is going to be in this event on the last day, the claim that you can get is going to be Laura. She is the character I have got my eyes on the most, because I don't have my hands on her. I don't actually have a copy of her at all. And you can see that her second skill, I'm going to say this is her second skill, not her third skill, because her ultimate would be her fourth. I don't know. But anyway, it's called Ensnare. She throws a chain forward and she pulls one enemy towards herself. And it's basically the enemy that's in front of her. So if she's on the back line, she'll just ensnare and pull forward the one that is opposite. And then if she's on the front line, she'll do the same. But I think it's probably obviously a better one for the back line. So she's basically a kind of different version of Abraham, in that she can kind of like bring one dangerous backline character forward. You can use her in combination with him. It's completely up to you. But this is why I kind of have my eyes on her. I do have Abraham already. He's really good for me. But the combo and the potential like neutral predator combo as well going forward could be decent. We'll have to see. The next character is going to be another predator. I do have her already, but I don't have her very high. It is going to be Sherry. She is really good if you get, a lot of stats on her and you have her comboed with the right characters. Her ultimate's really powerful. Really powerful when you come up against her, but she needs stats. So obviously the higher tier she is, the more stats she's going to have, the more attack she's going to have, the more damage output she's going to have. She's great against those supply run bosses, you know, the singular boss just sitting on all the loot. Because she's ranged, she's just basically freely attack. She's pretty good against the community boss, you know, the joint combat. So she's actually pretty good in a lot of different game modes. So that's actually not too bad. Her ultimate, you know, deals multiple attacks. You see the sniper bullets above her head, and then she just does 300% attacks 4 times, which is kind of crazy. Next up is Andrea. Now, Andrea I have already, and I do use quite a lot, but I'm kind of falling out of love with Andrea, if I'm honest. There's something wrong with her ultimate at the moment, where it doesn't attack characters if they are not on their back line or if they're in your character's slots. It doesn't say that in the actual description of the ultimate, but it just doesn't attack someone. It just has her ultimate filled up. Her basic attacks do hit very hard. She is fully stat reliant though, so having a higher tier is very important. But I'd say that just because her ultimate doesn't work a lot of the time in certain situations, it is kind of frustrating, but she is going to be good in most game modes. If you're new to the game, maybe, but I'd say it's probably a better option than Andrea in this selection of characters that is a range damage dealer, which we'll get onto in a second. Another character available is going to be Chloe, and another character I don't have. I do actually want this character as well, and it's mainly, again, for the same skill. The third skill, or the second skill, whatever we want to call it. It's called Sulfur Attack, and it reduces accuracy and speed for all enemies on the battlefield for 7 seconds. This is really good. She throws this out quite early in the fight too, and I think against lots and lots of walkers, this is really good if you're trying to build those kind of like group them and destroy them teams, because the speed of walkers can really get you, and if the accuracy's lower, the speed's lower, and if they have those backline human enemies on those stages where, you know, they're shooting their, I think it's blowpipes, you know, whatever it is, and they're ranged attacking you, reducing their speed and their accuracy is actually really good there as well. So I think this character is pretty good. Again, pretty good against that supply run boss, and could potentially be good against joint combat, but I'm not really sure of her damage output. What else she basically has to bring to the table. She does reasonable damage, and she increases crit rate for teammates. That's actually not too bad, and that's a passive as well, so that will happen quite quickly in the fight, you know, up to 20%. In 40 seconds, she's going to be able to get everyone to 20% extra crit rate. Again, that's going to help for the joint combat, so that's not too bad, but I still have my eyes on Laura pretty much. Now, the last character, and the character you should pick up if you do want to get that backline sniper, I think Kate is definitely better than Andrea, just because she can do her ultimate at any time. The damage output is going to be roughly the same, but the ultimate is obviously very, very important in terms of just getting as much damage out as possible. Very good character. I only got her recently. She was part of a survival record as well, so if you pick her up, you will have another version of her in the future if you are newer to the game, because she is part of like a survival record mission, and you'll be able to tier her up that way. It's a bit easier. You will get another copy of Andrea as well, to be fair, so those characters are, you know, given out a little bit more. So those two are quite good for newer players, but if you are someone who's been playing since launch, maybe you've got your eyes on someone else, maybe you've already got these characters up high enough. But do tell me down below which of these characters you're planning to go for. Now, I think the login event will appear on this event tab, but if we go to the second tab, we can see the current events that are ongoing. Obviously, the reward exchange here. I actually want to kind of gauge what people have been claiming from this. I actually fully decided to go in on the rare characters and not bother with the actual epics, just because the amount of rares we could get out of this was actually insane, and I could tear up characters that I already have. I already have pretty decent characters, and you can see I claimed the neutral 4 times, so I managed to get a grand total of 36 characters there. And also, I'm going to be doing as much of the ally ones as possible as well. I think I should be able to claim it maybe 3 more times. I think I should be able to get all of it. I'm not actually 100% certain there, but I had basically just kind of worked out 1 extra epic. I know I can get an Overseer or a Warlord up here, but I'm not really sure how much of an influence those characters are going to have versus me potentially getting like a legendary and above character. I can only take 5 characters at a time. It's just as simple as that. I can only take 5 characters at a time. But do tell me what your plans are for this particular event. I would like to know. Maybe I've made a mistake. I guess I'll find out in the long term. But I'm pretty happy with my decision so far. So that's it for the code information and the event information. If you have any questions, thoughts, ideas, etc., please leave them in the comments down below. I will be live streaming as usual. It will be my new live stream day for The Walking Dead All-Stars is going to be Tuesdays. If you want to check by, I'll be running through my supply run. I'll be running through my basement search. I'll be, doing whatever I can. I'll be saving my pulls for that day as well. So I should have maybe a few 10 pulls. Hopefully, we'll have to wait and see. But that's the end of my video for now, guys. Like I said, any thoughts, please leave them in the comments down below. I want to thank you very much for tuning in. And as always, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving.